Welcome back. Today's video is going to be a quick discussion about a single line of dialogue from One Piece chapter 1015, the most recent at the time this video is being written and recorded. Much can be communicated in a single scene or line of dialogue, and so I want to take a few minutes to talk about Kinemon's few seconds of courage as he makes a valiant final stand against Kaido in defense of Momonosuke. However, before getting into the discussion, please allow me a few seconds to say welcome to anyone new to the channel. I do weekly One Piece chapter reviews, discussions, and theory videos. If you're interested, please consider subscribing and hit the bell icon to be notified when future videos are posted. It really helps this channel grow, and I really appreciate it. So now getting into the discussion, I already talked about Kinemon's final stand in my full review for chapter 1015, but reading through the chapter a second time, I was struck by a particular line of dialogue, and so this video is really centered entirely around this single panel. But the fact that Oda can pack so much into even a single scene or panel is what makes this series so fun to read and discuss on a weekly basis. In chapter 1014, we witnessed Kaido's brutal onslaught as he delivered what appeared to be a fatal blow to Kinemon, one of the longest friends and traveling companions of the Straw Hat Pirates. When we return to the scene in chapter 1015, Kinemon is still barely clinging to life as Momo and Shinobu make their escape. Despite being barely able to move, he makes a valiant but feeble attempt to hold back Kaido and prevent him from pursuing Momonosuke. Of course, Kinemon is unsuccessful in holding Kaido back for long, but Kaido's response is what I found to be the most compelling aspect of this scene. Kaido looks down at Kinemon with pity and asks, "What will these extra seconds buy you? What will their escape change exactly?" Moments later, he plunges his katana through Kinemon, delivering what is in all likelihood a fatal injury. Yet the answer to Kaido's question is seemingly found in an earlier scene, which directly parallels Kinemon's final stand. In chapter 579, during the Battle of Marineford, following the deaths of Whitebeard and Ace, the Marines and the Whitebeard pirates are both enraged and out for blood in response to Blackbeard's actions, and they're ready to fight to the death. Amid this chaotic battle, Jinbei, Law, Marco, Buggy, and even Crocodile attempt to ferry an unconscious Luffy to safety, but are relentlessly pursued by Kizaru and Sakazuki. Koby, both a Marine and the first friend Luffy meets on his voyage as a pirate, stands up to Admiral Akainu and calls for an end to the carnage. In pursuit of peace, Koby risks his life, but before his superior officer can execute him on the spot for his moment of hesitation, Shanks arrives and comes to Koby's rescue. Though Koby's stand only lasts for a brief moment, Shanks commends his bravery and says, for better or worse, Koby's few seconds of courage have profoundly influenced the fate of the entire world. In those few seconds, Koby distracted the two Marine admirals, and in so doing created a window for Law to escape with Luffy. As Whitebeard said just a few chapters earlier, someday someone will inherit the will of Roger and rise up to challenge the world, shouldering the burden of history. When One Piece is discovered, the world will be turned upside down. Luffy's life was nearly forfeit when he failed to rescue Ace, but Koby's bravery provided the opportunity for him to escape and continue his voyage to someday become the Pirate King. This scene, of course, is a direct parallel to Kinemon's final stand against Kaido. Kaido mocks Kinemon for what he perceives to be a fruitless effort, but those few seconds of courage allow Momo to deliver a message to the Pirate Mink Samurai Alliance that Luffy is alive, reinvigorating their fading morale, and as we see a few pages later, even allows him to escape from Onigashima entirely. Momonosuke is both heir and rightful leader of the Kozuki clan, responsible for the creation of the poneglyphs, which point the way to Laughdale, where One Piece has been hidden for these past 800 years. In becoming the next Pirate King, Luffy will inherit the will of both Roger and Joy Boy, but importantly, the Kozuki clan and those who guard the poneglyphs will play a pivotal role in someday helping the Pirate King reshape the One Piece world. We have seen a growing number of parallels between Luffy and Momo, and have learned Momo, like Luffy, is destined to play some crucial role in the world, and thus it is critical he survives this war on Wano. Much like Koby changing the fate of the world by standing in the way of Sakazuki on Marineford, Kinemon's few seconds of courage created a window for Momo to escape and someday fulfill his destiny. This single line of dialogue, a small moment in this massive ongoing story arc, communicates volumes about Momo's importance to the One Piece world. Kaido, who values strength above all else, views Kinemon's gesture as weak and insignificant, but Oda has demonstrated time and again these seemingly small scenes can have a ripple effect with global ramifications. Even the former Pirate King, Gold D. Roger, crippled by a fatal illness, turned his small flame of life into a roaring fire when he spoke his final words to the crowd before his execution in Logtown, thus initiating the Great Pirate Era. In the final moments before his sacrificial death on Whole Cake Island, Pedro tells Carrot the Straw Hat Pirates will be responsible for someday fulfilling a prophecy long held by the Mink people by bringing the light of the new dawn to the world. A similar scene takes place in chapter 996 when Yamato tells Momo that his survival is critical because he will be the one responsible for the new dawn. While the New Dawn prophecy has not yet been explained in full, it's clear both Luffy and Momo are meant to play an important role in this global restoration, and thus their fates are intertwined. The scenes from chapters 579 and 1015, in which both Koby and Kinemon changed the fate of the world by providing a window of escape for Luffy and Momo respectively, would seem to be an intentional choice by Oda to communicate just how important the bond between these two characters will be as the story enters its final saga. So that's all for this discussion. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you want to be notified when future videos are posted, please consider subscribing and hit the bell icon. It really helps this channel grow and I really appreciate it. But most important, make sure you let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Do you think Oda intentionally mirrored these two scenes? And what role do you think Luffy and Momo are going to play in bringing the new dawn to the world following the discovery of One Piece?